Hey, what's up, guys? So the event is ending on the 9th officially. So they posted this holiday box opening event ending on the 7th, but they've kind of learned from some mistakes in the past and where they didn't want the event to end on different days for different regions due to time zones and things like that. So they're officially stopping the event on the 9th. So there's still like a day left that you can get some of the items from the event, from the holiday unboxing candy cane crushing events. And this is one of the items that is going to see a dramatic increase in value. Something that people probably don't anticipate or think about because it's kind of just a throwaway item right now is the rainbow pumpkin taffy. So these are consumables, and consumable items are one of the best things to invest in because as you eat them, you consume them, they go away, they disappear, they're gone. So this right here, as you can see, you've probably got a couple of these in your inventory if you've done the event at all. It gives you plus 30 to all your stats, and it lasts for 30 minutes. They've dropped pretty commonly out in this candy events, and you can see here we are in North America server here, Morpheus, and they're at 74 silver each. So we're going to go ahead and buy a whole bunch of these guys up. There's not actually too many left on the auction house as I've been stockpiling some of these guys, and I know probably some other people have also jumped on this bandwagon as well, but just because there's not that many on the North American server doesn't mean that you can't make money on the EU server. So we're going to hop over so you can see we're pretty much out of the taffies now. There's no more taffies on the auction house under a gold. We're going to go jump over to the EU server and show you exactly what's going on here. So EU server, same thing. This is Rangora. As you can see up here, Rangora, we have taffies here at 40 silver each. We have a whole bunch because not many people on the EU server has thought about this as an investment opportunity yet. So we're going to go ahead and buy up pretty much all of the taffies, probably for under a gold here. And we will be sitting on these guys for a month or two, and the value of these guys should probably shoot up to 5 or 10 gold each. This is going to be one of the best investments out of the events. These things, although not everyone will want them, some of the higher end top end players are definitely going to want this. And I mean, if you're serious about the game, plus 30 to all your stats is a nice increase there, and it'll definitely help you out with some of the harder content and of course in PvP and arenas and such like that. So you can see a whole bunch of taffies here, and this is what kind of like the North America looked like before I went ahead and just gobbled all up the taffies over there. I think we probably have around 300 or 400 taffies on North America from previous just stock up investments. And you see, it doesn't even hurt the bank that much. These guys, since they're only around 50, 60 silver each, 100 of them is only costing us 70 gold right here. So it really does not hurt the bank. So if for some reason the taffies are like 2 gold on your server already, try hopping over to a different server, try hopping over to the EU server, look for these taffies that are at under 2 gold. I would recommend buying them, and then yeah, hold on to them for a month or two. Supply will dry up dramatically. Prices on these things will increase. You may, on any of these limited timed items for events, especially the same things like the housewarming pets, you may have to actually do some advertising on these things because not everyone is going to know what they are. So if you have like 1,000 taffies and you want to sell them, you can't just list 100 taffies on the auction house. Like, no one's really going to be looking for taffies, and they're not going to want to buy 100 taffies at a time. So you're going to have to shout in-game, faction chat, trade chat, nation chat, let people know what the taffies are, put it out there. And even if you don't get anyone to respond to your shouts, your sales pitches in the faction chats, you're gonna get more people to actually be seeing this item, and they're gonna be interested, they're gonna click on it, and as they click on it, they may check the auction house. So you also want to throw some things on the auction house. So shout in game, advertise your items. Again, that's another thing that you're gonna have to do with the housewarming pets. So the pets, they have increased pretty significant in value already, and the supply has dried up. We'll go ahead and stop buying the taffies for now and take a look here. So there's not too many. Prices on Rangora haven't shot up as much as the North America, but you can see there's only around 12 pets on the auction house. The other day on the North American server, we'll hop back over here. So North American server, we saw these housewarming pets ranging from like 50 to 100 gold. And you can see here, so we have housewarming pets. We got 3 right there. And then now we have guys up in the 30 and 40 range. And that's about it. So we have a total of around 10 housewarming pets on the auction house. And so, as we touched on, these guys are going to dramatically increase in value. It's only been around 2 months now for these pets. They're approximately up 50% or so in value. And as time progresses, these things are going to be worth a lot more. Granted, they won't be worth 200 gold tomorrow, but maybe in 6 months they will be worth 200 gold possibly, because you cannot get them anymore. As long as Trine Worlds and XL Games does not allow us to get these pets any other way again, they don't sell on the cash shop or they don't reintroduce the events, these pets are going to be extremely valuable. And again, with advertising for the pets, you have to advertise and let people know that they can turn into rare variations, different costumes, and special pets. So this is a little bit harder sell than, say, like the consumable, because the people that don't know about the housewarming pets, they may think, oh, it's just a little kitty or just a puppy or just an elk or just a yada calf. No big deal. But there are the 4 or so rare variations that you can get by feeding them different types of items, and they can transform into different rare costume variations of these pets. So those things are definitely pretty cool and unique. They are rare though. They're like 10 to 20% chance of actually getting one of those guys. So yeah, you kind of got to advertise that stuff. And again, you can't just throw these guys up on the auction house for 300, 400 gold and expect people to go and buy them. You have to advertise and put it into people's heads. People that maybe weren't around during the event don't know about these pets. They have to see them somewhere. So if you see them in faction chat, they start clicking on them. They'll see them other people's houses. It's a marketing technique that when you put something out there and you just start kind of spamming it or just shouting it, putting it into people's mind, they actually start to see that thing more often. So if I start spamming about selling the house pets and start going off about how they are, different variations and rare and unique, you can't get anymore. So that's going to build up hype and anticipation, and more people are going to be subconsciously thinking about the house pets. They may not even realize it, but they may go walk into someone's house and see, oh, there's a pet over there. I really want that pet. And for some reason, 5 minutes ago, they had no bearing on the pet. They weren't even thinking about the pet. They didn't even want the pet, but now they walked into this guy's house and they see a cat in a Halloween costume dressed up, with the black hat and everything, the witch costume. And they're like, oh my God, I want that pet. And so that's the subconscious, subliminal marketing going on there. So shouting in faction, it definitely does work. It has worked on me as well. There's been times when people shout in faction and say something like, oh, selling blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Selling something. And I'm like, I don't really want it. And then after they shout for like 50 times, oh, good example, selling land. So someone's selling land and they keep shouting over and over again. And you're like, fuck it, I don't want this land, but I want to shut you up. And so like you'll ask them, hey, how much? And they're like, oh, it's a really good deal. It's 300 gold for 16 by 16. And you're like, fuck it, I'll buy it. So you end up buying a land that you didn't really want just because me subconsciously I wanted to shut the guy up and I didn't want to personally block him for whatever reason. But yeah, it works. So shouting in faction definitely works. Sell your items over there.